How are we doing, folks? Back again with another edition of the OPT Fitness Podcast. We are in the studio again today with another guest. This guest, if you know anything about Scottish boxing, needs no introduction. He is, of course, the former British welterweight champion, Kevin McIntyre.
Thanks, James.
No problem, mate. He's now obviously hung up his gloves. He's no longer boxing professionally. He has Four Corners Gym in McDowell Street in Johnston. And I'm going to get the name wrong, but you can correct me if I do. It's the Renfrew Amateur Boxing Club. No?
Johnston Amateur Boxing Club.
Amateur Boxing Club. See, I told you I was getting the name wrong. But at least you're here to keep me right. Johnston Amateur Boxing Club. So,
formerly Renfrew, to be fair.
Actually, I wasn't that far away from it. Anyway, right. I was going to bang the table down, get into trouble, so I won't do that. Put my hands up and I'll sit up nice and straight like a good boy. Okay, then. So, right, Kevin, how's it going? What are you up to, mate?
Absolutely brilliant. Just working my socks off with the gym. This is coming up for nearly the 6th month. Been open doors now.
Fantastic.
It's just non-stop. You don't know, not get a minute to myself now, really. It's just non-stop. Just try to always make small improvements and, as it says, keep the classes running good.
Fantastic.
Great stuff. A lot going on in the background, getting the amateur process and bringing the kids through, getting them up to speed as well to compete. So just non-stop, mate.
Right. So Four Corners Gym, what can people expect if they come along? What kind of classes you do? What's available?
Basically, anything for a total beginner novice, you can walk through that door. You always get a few nervous faces coming through. I don't know what they expect when they walk through the door, but I guarantee you they're always smiling when they walk out. They always have a good time. And it's just basically anything for beginners. We start off with body weights, kind of boxing training for just getting the fundamentals to just an all-round good workout, to be fair, for the fitness side of things.
Fantastic.
Know what I mean?
Great stuff. So on the fitness and workouts and stuff, one of the things we've talked about on this channel quite a lot is the different methods that people use. So as a professional boxer, you would have had, I imagine, quite a strict regime you had to stick to.
Yep.
I'm assuming, and I might be wrong here, you can keep me right, that's not the same regime you would expect, the guys just walking in off the street to adhere to.
No, I just keep it real with them. It depends what they walk through the doors, what they be. Like, you need to be real with them. If they want to be a boxer, you need to realise what they need to put in to get there. But in terms of the keep fitters, it can be them if it likes to go into the pub 3 times a week to somebody that just likes a bit of badminton but wants a bit of extra training or likes to play golf. They feel they can be getting a bit fitter, a bit more hitting their swing.
Yep.
All walks of life come through the door.
Brilliant.
A lot of people just like to socialise and, as it says, what, the sweat out the beer through the week, whatever they like to do, you know what I mean? But
that's fantastic. It's unusual to hear that. So
that's it. It says we don't preach anything. There's no anybody comes to us for help, a bit of nutrition. We're always there for a bit of advice, but you're never going to get us giving somebody a hard time. You could do better, whatever. It's just we welcome everybody.
Brilliant. No, listen, that's fabulous. I often talk about all the different types of I hate using the word now. I don't really want to use it, but fad diets out there. I actually hate the word diet. It just gives the wrong impression, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm the exact same.
So it's good to see that people can come to your gym and just work out and not care about any of that nonsense. No. If you just want to come, as you say, because you've had 3 too many beers at the weekend, brilliant.
That's the place to be. It's just for the mental side of things. People just go away feeling hard day at your work, something like that. Just get in there, hit the bags, and argue with the missus. Come on, anything. Know what I mean?
Absolutely. Come in and leather a bag. That's brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah. Good. But you do offer PT, don't you? If somebody wants to come in and train specifically.
Yeah, we've got a few boys in, all kind of ex-boxers mostly. It's mostly boxing themed, but by all means, we've got machines and the cardio, we've got the weights, we've got all sorts. It says we're tailored to whatever MD's looking for, really. Fantastic. Obviously, the main thing kind of people come for is the boxing side of it, and it's good to know they're getting trained with people that have been through the course.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So we're all passing it on.
Good stuff. So, biggest problem getting people across the door is this. One of our previous guests called it gym anxiety. It was easy for me to say, wasn't it? How do you overcome that with folk that maybe approach you in the street and say, "I'd like to, but You know, what do you say to folk?
Well, there is times, you get people like that, and we've got the quieter times in the gym, and I would always try and encourage them to come to them, or maybe a wee one-to-one, or a wee introduction section. I say that I'll bring people in, whether it's half an hour, 20 minutes, give them a wee look around, try and put them at ease. I think I'll come in just this week, like the start of the week there, Monday, first time out, nervous wreck, couldn't stop giggling, like just, I don't know if I can do this. You're 40 minutes in, she was on her toes, flinging 3-4 punch combinations.
Fantastic.
She left loving it.
Great stuff.
Message as soon as you get in the door, when she got up the road, when can I get in again? It's just taking that step. You just need to have a wee bit of faith and go for it, a wee bit of confidence in yourself. But as I says, we've got the quieter times. I'll always try, even with a personal training, as much as people prefer the personal training, whether it's kids or people just try to get the confidence, I'll always try and look to push them like down the line. Go and try a class, because it's such a social place to be as well. People that maybe no got a lot of friends, or they tuck themselves in a room. I feel it's just one of the most sociable places you could be as a gym.
It's interesting, isn't it? I totally agree with you. I don't know how many times I said either, but there we go, never mind. I totally agree. When it's a specialist gym like yours, so the commercial gyms, I think that's what puts people off, because I don't think commercial gyms generate a community.
Yeah.
Whereas a boxing gym, a strongman gym, a running gym, whatever it is, these are communities because they're all there for exactly the same reason. You know, you've got an interest in that sport, and that's what you want to do.
That's what I feel, and all as I get as well. So we had just to end the May there with our first with our first bank holiday weekend in May. We had a wee get together, so as I says, folk like to drink, like to socialise. We had a wee get together on the bank holiday weekend. That's all I was hearing. This is my family. It's like boxing family. This is great. Everybody knows each other in first name terms. They walk through the door. It's just good vibes all round. And says, you get quieter guys that just come in, nod their head, and go out, which you're going to do. But that's each their own. Everybody's got a different personality, different character. So, as I say, one thing, they're always smiling. There's always a smile on their face.
Great stuff.
No, sometimes a painful smile. Depends how hard they get worked out. But once you get to know their limits, you can push them that wee bit harder. You know what I mean? Absolutely. But it's all good vibes.
I don't think people realise just how physical a proper boxing workout is. They see these. I wash my mouth out after I've said this word, box fit, on TV, and it's little tiny punches. And he's just thinking, that's not a boxing workout. That's a disgrace. Even putting boxing in that sentence. A proper boxing workout, though, because your hands are above your heart the whole time, or they should be. And it's really draining.
I just feel that's one thing we pass on, and we just try and make it as realistic to a boxing event. I say, if just hitting the bag becomes a wee bit easier, get the bag up at an angle and get it leaning on your shoulder. Try and shove it off as your opponent leaning down on you. Look at you breathing there. Just stuff like that. I mean, but as I say, we've got that knowledge to pass on, which is good because we've all experienced it. Different levels each is and stuff. You know what I mean? But
good stuff. Good. That's what I love to see. So, Four Corners, what times is it open?
So basically open Monday to Sunday. We've got from the morning, early morning for 6 a.m. Monday to Friday. We start with a class. We've got a 9:30 class. The AM, that's from Monday to Sunday. 6:30 p.m. Monday to Friday as well. So it's open 7 days a week. Fantastic. And we're always, I've got my app, my Four Corners Boxing app. We've got for booking in classes and that. Right. We've also got if you're a member, you can actually check in. If you just want to come in and do a wee bit yourself and that as well. That's available. So it's pretty much open all week round. So open there as well.
And membership then? Is it monthly membership? Yearly membership?
we do the monthly membership package. You can just come and try it, pay as you go. There's no commitments. I mean, there's not even any. I've never been a believer of I'm coming after you if you don't pay your membership. Now, listen, we're an open door policy. You don't want to be there, come speak to us. Like it's easy, isn't it? I mean, we just keep it that way. Not try to run it so much as a business. Obviously, you've got to pay the bills. You've got things have got to work, but it's not even seen in that way. You know what I mean? It's just basically getting the place busy and having good vibe. But real community spirit. That's that. Just
fantastic. And obviously, we've got the the t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, and I've still says I was to get you one, didn't I?
Oh,
I've not got it done.
As soon as you get one, I'll be wearing it in public. I'll be showing it off. Don't you worry. So, is your t-shirt just available to buy from the gym, or can I buy them online? Or?
Yeah, well, just like through my social media, I've got Four Corners Boxing through Instagram and Facebook. You can get in touch on my Kevin McIntyre Boxing page as well, or just contact through the gym. That's it.
Ideally, they'll turn up at the gym, pick up a t-shirt, have a look around, take part in a session, sign up for a monthly membership, and very soon they'll be able to buy food directly from there.
Yes, that's happening soon as well. So my
partnership with
my missus is coming in, my sister, Laura and Gillian. So the Trailgrazers girls, as they call themselves, so they're coming in with a business soon as well. So it's just same again, just bringing that more social aspect to the place. Grab yourself a wee cup of tea and coffee, or as it says, something, a wee bite to eat and stuff like that as well. So
and the girls are going to start doing food prep as well.
Food prep as well is a big thing. My sister's really looked into it. She's done the training courses and all the macros and the calorie counts and stuff like that. So she's really got her heart set and getting down that way as well. And what I've told, just the whispers, people hearing it, it's going to be orders. Not I mean, I think.
To be fair, why not?
People, and one thing about the food is it's delicious.
So listen, I will absolutely second that. I've been to a few events that they've catered for, and the food is phenomenal, and there's always plenty. So if you want a buffet or anything like that, Trailgrazers,
just make sure you keep working out if you're eating it.
The free stuff is absolutely fabulous.
It's good. Yeah,
that's not quite as bad for you.
As I say, they're just in there. They're year in now, and it's just that wee extra step. This is for start up street to now, get out on their own and getting their own premises as well. So
fabulous.
Great that they're coming on board in the gym as well. It's just great.
Great stuff. So we've got Four Corners Boxing. We have Trailgrazers offering a cafe and food service in there. And now you're also starting up the Johnston Amateur Boxing Club.
Yep.
Cool. So what is Johnston Amateur Boxing Club and what you're hoping to achieve?
Johnston was all about for opening the gym in the first place, but to get it started, you need the business as well. You need the place, you need the roof over your head, you need the people coming in to raise the funds to get it running. So it's basically just we've already got the kids classes in place for the Four Corners. And it's basically a pathway. So not everybody wants to box. Not everybody's got kids come in, maybe it's disabilities, maybe kids that autism. You get kids just shy in confidence, but as soon as gets their confidence up, you've got the wee guys just snarling at a bit, and they went, when can I box? When can I box? So registered with Boxers Scotland, and that's the next step, is getting them into competitive boxing. So we've already got, we're about to launch next week, the 3 nights training, and we've got the wee kind of, the ones that want to come and the ones that are showing potential, talking with the coaches, right, you're ready for that next step. And the pathway is there, all the way to Commonwealth Games, Olympics. It's a Boxing Scotland pathway. So
you'd like to see that work belt back in your gym, wouldn't you?
That's it. Listen, that's what it's all about, and it takes me back, because that's how I come through the ranks. It was basically Paisley YMCA with Norris Sweeney.
That's right.
I can still remember the first day walking through my door. Just, when can I get back? Like, I loved it. You know what I mean? So just, it's all coming back to me seeing this, which just gives me a lift. It's so enjoyable. So it says everything will be there for them, for the facilities, to the coaching, to the Boxing Scotland Championship fights and novices, to whatever. Like, just say the pathway is there for them. At the end of the day, it's up to them. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? As you say, we provide, they decide. It's up to them. The more they put in, the more they'll get out it. So,
great stuff.
But I'm looking forward to being a part of that. I've got a good wee team about us as well. So, it's all good. It's all going well.
How many kids do you reckon you're capable of taking through that sort of process?
Limitless. Like, could be anything. I mean, we've got right now we're getting up to 40 kids turning up at these classes. I mean, and already I'd say maybe at least 15. You go, right, he's going to box. But as I say, the good thing is having that place. It's not just about boxing, because it's getting boys off the street, kids off the street, building their confidence, just all general round. It says some of these kids might get a shot, get a wee punch in the nose, and go, "Oh no, put me back down in that class." You just don't know. But as it says, it's all there for them to decide. You know the ones that will really want to do it. And, but it's all there for them to do. So it's So that's what I'm proud of. That's why I opened the gym in the first place. That's what I was looking forward to getting involved with.
No, great stuff. I mean, I'd love to see it happen, and obviously, just to let you know, I know Kevin from my day persona as well, not just from this. So yeah, I'm going to be around to watch that happen. And the more it grows, we'll maybe get some of the kids in, the ones that are showing potential, once they've had the first fight as well.
Yeah, well, this is a big part of getting them ready for that step, because I know it's Boxing Scotland do that a lot with the younger ones as well, and I think it's great because it wasn't like that in my day. You were an amateur boxer right through, you turned professional, won a couple of fights, next minute you get one of these mics stuck in your face, you go, and you freeze. So
absolutely.
That's what I like about it. It says the Boxing Scotland, they see me the young boys, you can't stop them talking like they're all full of confidence, and that's what boxing brings in these kids as well. You know what I mean? So
it's a fabulous sport. It really is. I mean, they're getting punched in the face bit. Not so sure that's fabulous.
Yeah.
But
funny enough, I didn't mind that. So I think you need to have a wee something no right with you as well.
A little bit of sadism going on.
Yeah.
Masochist and all that.
Yeah. You don't want to get hit too often, fair enough. Know what I mean? But that's the whole part.
You soon learn to get your head out of the way, didn't you? Let's move.
And that's a big thing I've got as well. It's about guiding them right. You're not wanting the kids battered in the gym. It's about doing it properly. You've got body sparring, you've got technical sparring. You need to have a bit of competitive sparring, because there's no point kidding them on when it goes to the real thing. They need to kind of know what to expect. But absolutely, as I say, it's just all about technique, learning, not taking punches. And that's a big thing I'll be really stamping in, is about not taking punches and footwork and
keeping your hands,
things like that.
Protecting yourself. Yeah. There's so much more to punch than to boxing. That people think boxing is literally just punching somebody in the face. So much more to that, isn't there?
Oh man, it's just the whole round technical, and it just footwork. You got to have good feet, I'd say, as well, and
decision making as well.
Round, your coordination. There's so many drills people don't realise you need to get through to actually become a coordinated boxer. It's more to it than that. Absolutely.
It's something. Obviously, I do boxing for fitness classes, not box fit, because we don't talk about box fit.
No, we don't do box fit.
One of the things that I even try to teach at that level is keeping your feet at the same distance, so never closing the gap. I don't know how many people don't. You see them boxers in a ring that have not been there for a while. They get hit, and then suddenly they close their feet, and then they get hit again, and they go down.
It's just cause a feeling.
But it's just simple things like that, isn't it?
Yeah, and
people don't get.
Even me getting in as a young kid, one of the first things was like stand side on, stand with your feet together, square on, and you would get the wee push. You wobble back, stand like that. Right,
solid.
That's your first lesson. Don't go square on,
absolutely. You're a bigger target. I'm certainly a bigger target. Square on.
So that's it. Says just there's so much to it. You'd be here all day if you try to explain all the different stuff. But best way to learn, in the gym.
There you go. And the best gym to go and learn at the moment?
Four Corners, of course.
Corners Boxing. There we are.
Johnson Amateur Boxing.
That's it. Anybody that lives in or anywhere near or is prepared to travel, Four Corners Boxing, McDowell Street in Johnston. Obviously, Kevin heads it up. We all know Kevin's pedigree, and he's been in the ring with some big, well-known boxers. I think the one that everybody knows is Kell Brook. You've been in with Kell Brook. Just the fact that you go in a ring with Kell Brook says you know what you're doing. Or does it say you don't know what you're doing? No, but that's the level we're talking about. We're not talking about, blue collar boxing in the Radisson or anything like that. Nothing, there's anything wrong with that. But you and your guys are, a proper professional, ex-professional boxers. So
I can achieve. To be honest, realistic. I had a good amateur boxing career. Boxing for Scotland was my happiest days in my life. Was boxing for Scotland, travelling the world, winning medals. Like that was the best. You go to the pro game, not just as kind at times. But listen, I got there and I always set myself. Maybe I should have set my sights higher. Like you see people that have been on to win world titles, and I know it's more. It's not just about the technique. It's always the discipline side as well, isn't it? Yeah. I always kind of set my sights on the British title. Took maybe a bit longer than expected to get there. I was 29 when I got there.
Yep.
And won the Lonsdale belt. I was over the moon. Defended it. To be honest, probably I don't know if that was me. I was quite happy with that. Like, next fight, who's this young kid? 22-year-old. I was 20. Kell Brook, I'll show him. The rest is history. The rest is history. It's a young man's sport.
Absolutely.
I think I was 30 at the time, yeah.
He's a phenomenal fighter.
It's unreal. But at the time, it's like you're just, can't be that good. I'll show him. He's not experienced enough. I've been round the mill. Boom.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, I can laugh about it now. Actually, we'll never says about the referee, but recently I'd met him.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know something after that? See, you just got something about somebody. It took me long enough to get over Kell Brook to mention his name, whatever. I met him in a show not long ago, and it was a big hug, and it was like a big weight off my shoulders.
Brilliant.
And we got a great conversation and just chatting. It was the week after he fought Amir Khan. Actually,
was it right?
The week after, I seen him at a boxing show when I was refereeing. I could hear McIntyre for the side of the ring. I said, I'm not turning round. So when I came out the ring out there and gave him a wee whip with my towel, I was like, what are you saying? So we had a good wee laugh about it and that.
Fantastic. No, good. And that is actually something I was going to come on to. Nice little link there, which is great. No, you're fine. Save me find the link. Obviously, so after your professional boxing career, you have now gone on and become a professional referee. And judge. In these boxing matches. So how's that going? Any big fights coming up we need to know about?
Absolutely brilliant. But I'm just really trying to make the grades still just now. But so I spent a good part of so I retired to boxing about 33. I went straight into the training program, doing my scorecards, going in the ring, just learning the kind of small fights, 4-rounders and stuff. Just probably about a year ago now, I've been graded up to an A grade, so I can do area title fights and stuff. So
Brilliant.
I'm starting to get the wee nod here or there to go and judge some title fights and that as well. So I'm saying great. It took me a good while to get used to it as well. And is this for me? I don't know. The transition.
Yeah.
Probably at the time, a lot of guys still in boxing that I was coming up with as well. Didn't help. So, but now it's just I see them as kids now coming through, young boys in their young 20s and stuff. So no, I feel great. I seem to get a lot of respect for the fighters. Being an ex-fighter myself, which is because there's not a lot. As I'm aware, I'm the only British champion to ever become a boxing referee. So
really,
that's our first. So as I say, I feel at home in there. I just feel great. It's like anything. If it's a rubbish fight, it's not so good. If it's a really good fight, you've got the best seat in the house. Well, best view in the house, isn't you? Right in front of it. So I enjoy my boxing like anything else. I'm a good boxing fan. So I'm really, really, really loving it. And if I can do a bit of travelling as we go as well, all the better, you know what I mean? So
is the plan to just get right up there and become like an international?
Yeah, well, that's that. I'll just keep plugging away. Any shows I get appointed to, just keep trying to do the best of my ability. With the spirits, the scorecard, and just refereeing the fight in general, till I get that nod to maybe go that step up again, which is an A-star grading, which is where you want to be.
Yep.
That's you all around the world, basically. You can fight, referee most weekends and stuff like that. So that's what I'd like to do. Yeah.
It's good.
So, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
Listen, it's fabulous. It's strange to hear though that you're the only British champion.
Yeah, I was surprised when I heard myself. There is a few ex-pros and a couple of ex-pros and maybe guys that done a wee bit of amateur boxing, but no, it was somebody that came to me and told me, "Do you know you're the first person ever to win a Lonsdale belt that's went on to referee?" And I went, I'll take that.
That's really interesting, because you think a lot of other sports, the big names in the sport normally go on to become like managers or coaches and stuff like that. Actually, that's brilliant. You hold that as well. So
it's something I don't know what it is, but something that's never appealed to me was training professional boxers, and I don't know if it's just the lifestyle I led with the pros and all the years in the gym. One thing I really take pride is the coaching of the kids and bringing the kids through, which I can still train amateur boxers being a professional referee, which is great. Good. So that was right up my street. That's all I'm all about. I love nothing better just seeing a kid walk through the doors, take them through the basics, get on to see them winning medals and stuff like that. That's the kind of dream, you know what I mean? That's what I take pride in.
Oh, that's good.
I get a lot of pleasure out of that.
Renfrew's got some big names, hasn't it come through?
Aye, Renfrew.
There's real good history.
Yeah.
With boxing.
Yeah, and they done good. And the reason, well, when I retired from the boxing, actually, it was I was still kind of boxing. My big pal Colin Belshaw, so it was him that was behind Renfrew boxing,
right?
And he got up, and I actually got on board with him as a coach to start that as well, and it kind of kept me something to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's when you hear a lot of stories of people hanging the gloves up and the rest. So I got into that with him, so I done that for a good while with him as well, and then there became a stage where there was quite a lot of coaches on board, and I just I'll just take a wee back seat here.
Right.
The club's looking good, you know what I mean? And they're still thriving. They've just went to a different base in Hillington. They've still got a lot of good boys coming through. Scottish champions, young boy the news, #1 in Britain. He's going to be part of the Olympic training squad as well. So it's been good. And I say I've learnt through Colin over the years as well, and it's just now putting into my own setup now. I feel as if I'm ready for that step now to take on an amateur club.
The apprentice become the master.
Absolutely.
No, it's brilliant. It's brilliant to hear, because I wasn't actually sure. I know Renfrew boxing existed, but obviously I actually don't know Colin. I've heard of him many times.
Yeah.
He's probably heard of me. I don't know. But I've certainly heard of him quite a few times.
Yeah. Smashing guys. He's boxing all his days. Well, we've been Colin originally for 13, 14-year-olds for the old Paisley Club. Punching lumps at each other every night up the YMCA sparring. He was always a bit bigger than me, so I was allowed to let him go a wee bit more. So we always helped out right through until when I went pro, running a couple of gyms. He was an amateur coach, went on to be an amateur coach with Paisley. I kind of tied up with him at the time, and I'm going, you're getting quite good at this coaching game. So we decided that, do you want to just coach me? And then the two went on to have some good success with the Celtic title and British title, and plenty of ups and downs. And you know what I mean, it was great, but it says we're still good pals now, so it's always good. It's I've got a lot to thank him for, to be honest. You know what I mean, even when it came to going in after boxing, then just working, he'd always says to me, "How do you know, just personal train? People want to learn to box, keep fit." So he kind of got me involved in that as well. You know what I mean? So he's been a good pal. So he has.
Fantastic. That's great. That's wonderful. It's good to see, you're still involved, he's still involved, and it's given that an additional place for kids in Renfrewshire to go now to get, to learn, because Hillington, for some people that live out in Johnston, may be not the easiest place in the world to get to. Yeah. Now you've reopened it back on their doorstep. So
that's it. It's local, different kids coming through, probably just getting to that age, maybe just thinking of starting it. As I says, you get the different areas. It's to say, there should be a boxing gym in every town. Everywhere would be better, to be honest. Know what I mean?
It's back in the day.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have in your community. Just to say, it's better than hanging about the streets, isn't it? Just get in there, learn. Whether it's fitness or whether it's competing, but it's good.
Yeah, get in there. I think for fitness, boxing's one of the sports you'd be hard pressed to find another sport you could get as fit as a boxer.
Yeah.
I think boxers are right up there with some of the top athletes in terms of fitness, because of that whole 12 rounds throwing punches and getting punched, and stopping somebody punching and moving your feet and everything. I don't care what anybody says about boxing. You've got to be fit to do that. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. You can see some of the big boys that go in the ring, and how many of them make it past 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I'm not sure I would make it past 6.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the classes I deliver, we do 10 3-minute rounds, and I just about managed all 10 last night. So yeah, you can do it if you're
you must be quite fit then.
I'm probably fit enough. I
don't think I could do 10 3-minute rounds now. I just recently started, first time in a long time, I joined in with 3 of the classes at the gym last week. I said, right, what am I missing out here? Because everybody's smiling. I said, maybe I need a bit of this in my life. Oh, I was sore. But I really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Really enjoyed it. I forgot. I said, nobody's actually pushed me this hard for years, since I've been away from my boxing and that. So it was good. So I'm going to plan this to keep it going. A couple of classes a week and a couple of 5K runs maybe.
You had me until you said 5k, and I'm like,
that's my limit now.
That's not
every now and again I'll push a wee 10k out, but then I don't run for a couple of weeks again.
Yeah, I'll drive behind you and just make sure you're fine. No, not running. Oh, I used to be a runner, not anymore. Not anymore at all. But the boxing's fabulous. I turn up at the classes every week, and I make a big song and dance that. I hope it's an even number, so I don't have to take part and everything else. Deep down inside, I love it. I love taking part in it. It's absolutely fabulous. Obviously, my main sport for me is obviously the strongman stuff, and I love that as well. But I mean, it's a very close second. The boxing training, very close second.
One of my amateur, it was amateur boxer with Renfrew boxing. It was part of helping with the coaching with Colin. Big Cammy New, I think you know Cammy. You know Cammy New. So he's just just recently. He's always been boxing, but more weights was his thing. So he got a couple of Scottish Championship finals in that, and he's now competing in these tournaments as well. Yeah. He did a bit of training in the gym as well. So
that's right.
Says we've got a couple of the boys that come in to get a wee bit of cardio. Some big boys come to the gym as well and they get a shock when they start hitting their bikes. And it says different kind of training.
It's that whole. I remember being on the Hatton class, the training for them, and we were all boxing, not boxing. We were learning like this, and the instructor kept saying, "Get your hands up, get your hands up." I'm trying to remember that you've just done, because the train is 2 full days, 9 till 5 for 2 full days, and all you do basically is throw punches, catch punches in pads, and then right a wee bit, and then throw punches. So, you can imagine after 8 hours you're like that, absolutely bust. And this guy said, "Keep your hands like that." I'm going to put my hand somewhere in a minute, son. But it is amazing, just the difference from spending a wee while like that and then spending a while like that. How much extra that takes just to keep your hands up.
Keeping the hands up.
It's amazing. Such a great sport for fitness. Even if you don't want to actually ever get in a ring and punch somebody. Yeah. I've never been in a ring. I've never fought anybody in a ring.
Yeah.
I'd like to
yet.
No, I'm not getting.
They get you in for a wee sparring session.
Sparring. I don't know if I'd mind sparring so much, but I'm certainly not fighting anybody. No. Not in the ring. Not in the ring. Definitely not. Unless there's lots of money involved. Then I'll think about it. But yeah, it's a fabulous thing. So I think what we need from you is we need some quality advice. If you've got a young kid that's interested in getting involved in boxing, what 3 things do you think they should do?
First of all, I asked their parents to make some inquiries about it. I was the same young kid, used to watch Rocky, the films, used to watch Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, the TV when I was young, and just how do I become a boxer? It's a wee bit easier nowadays. You've got the social media, you can find out where the gyms are. Yep. Just finding out where it is. Just make that go. Just turn it up in the first experience. Getting there, and listen to your coaches at all times. That's it. Take on board, listen, learn, put in the work, and you'll go places.
Right. And what about then the other side that we're always told? You shouldn't box because you leave your brain damaged. I don't know how many times I've heard this. You shouldn't box. Shouldn't ever box. Get punched in the head. Getting hit in the head any amount of times. We see it with footballers and everything else. If it's excessive, of course it's going to hurt. But what would you say to people that say you should never box? Boxing should be banned because of the dangers of being involved.
You just see so much good coming out of boxing. It's very rare you'll see an injury in boxing. As I say, that's with the referees there for a start. Coaches, good enough coaches. It says the punches in the head should be limited as well. There's loads of sparring you can do that don't involve hand contact. It says you may have a long career at it, so you don't want to be taken too much too young.
Yeah. But
it says there's always the dangers, but you've got good coaches around about you. You're looked after. Mm-hmm. You've got the referee there that even at the novice level, they don't let things go too far if it's getting a bit too one-sided and stuff like that. So I just think that the benefits totally outweigh the small percentage that something could happen to you.
Yeah, great. No, that's fine. Listen, I totally agree with you. I think there's a statistic somewhere out there that more people are killed in the Isle of Man TT every year
Yeah.
than there are in boxing up and down the country every year.
Do you want to catch me in a motorbike?
So let's ban. No,
Yeah.
let's not ban any sport that people enjoy that makes them healthy.
No, it's all. That's it. Each their own. That's
absolutely. So, yeah, that's it. You don't have to.
But it's an inquiry I get a lot, because I get a lot of inquiries from my social media, and it's worried parents that their kids want to come. They don't need to fight, but they don't need to spar. They don't need to contact us, and not at all. It's like each their own. They'll soon come and ask that question if they want to. It just starts with a bit of coaching, a bit of footwork, drills on the bag. Do a wee bit of just maybe pairing up, a wee bit of head movement, because that's the important part. It's not taking the punches, and that's the most important part we try and get through. It's not about going bashing somebody up. It's about no taking it in return. So that's what we try to preach to the kids. So we do the wee drills and get them moving their heads, and this is where the boxing club comes in. If you want to take it that wee bit further, you want to compete, that's where the next stage is for them. It's there for them. It's all there for them.
There we are. See, there we are. Great stuff. So if you want your kids to learn how to box, start off at Four Corners Boxing. If they want to then move on to become a boxer, because I think there's a difference between learning to box and being a boxer. I learned to box. I'm not a boxer. We then move on to the Johnston
ABC.
Amateur. Johnston ABC. There,
Johnston ABC,
and that's not the cinema. I'm not sure there was ever a cinema in Johnston, was there? I don't know. But there we are. Anyway, listen. Kevin, thank you very much for coming in.
No, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having us, James.
You coming in. The gym is phenomenal. For those of you that haven't ever been out to Johnston and had a look, the facilities that Kevin has set up in that gym are absolutely fabulous. There are 2 full-size rings.
Two full-size boxing rings.
All the boxing bags you can imagine. There's a weight section. There's a cardio section. There's everything there.
And we're not done yet. Always looking to make improvements. That's my wee goal I gave myself. Improvements every month. Every time you walk through that door, you'll see our improvements. So
great stuff. So
it's all good.
If you think you're going into a little backstreet, sweaty man cave thing, you're so wrong. It is a fabulous place, excellent equipment, everything you could possibly want for your kids to learn how to box properly, box safely, and then if they want to have a career,
it's all there for them.
This man's gonna make it happen for you. All right, he knows because he's been there. He's been modest about what he achieved in the game as well. Let's not kid ourselves. There are not many people that make it even to British champion out of the guys that take part. Yeah. So he's been very modest about how good he actually was. I remember watching you on telly, actually. That's I won't embarrass you. But no, the man is good. He knows what he's talking about. All right, so get your kids along. Get yourselves along. Indeed, it doesn't need to be the kids. Adults can come along and take part, learn how to. You don't ever have to punch somebody in the face. You don't ever have to be punched in the face. But it's a fabulous sport to get fit in. And as you say, some of these boys still enjoy going out to the pub every weekend as well. So that can't be bad.
That's it.
Yeah, great stuff. But Four Corners Boxing, McDowell Street, Johnston, social media.
Yeah, Four Corners Boxing.
Four Corners
Boxing. Basically, you find us on Instagram or Facebook.
There we are. And if you want a nice T-shirt with a ring on it, go and see the man and get one of them as well. All right. But listen, Kevin, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us, James.
Really enjoyed
pleasure, mate. Cheers.
It's always a pleasure to speak to you. So thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you stayed all the way to the end. If you can, give the video a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. The next guest we should have up, provided he actually agrees to do it, he's still not agreed to actually come along, is a chap called Darren Cleary, who has just returned from the Foot Golf World Cup in Florida. And I still don't know how he got on. Well, I know how he got on. He got injured and left after the second round. But I don't know how Scotland got on. So there we are. But that's all coming up in the podcast after this one. Thanks very much for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, like, subscribe, and click that notification button. Cheers, guys.